So the second way of increasing the amount of connections you have, and a good way of approaching new connections, is to look at your existing connections, and you do that by going to their profile, and you scroll down, and you will see here connections. And we can also see here that we've got all, shared, and new, and you want to be on all connections because it's going to probably show you the second level connections, and it will display them. It will display those first. They're going to be slightly easier to connect to. We can try it here. Now, the problem with doing it this way is that we get this screen, which does make life a little bit more difficult. I can, however, if I go back up to the connections, and I keep on having to do this as well, I will have to scroll back up and down actually to find them. And there they are again. So I keep having to do that. Sometimes LinkedIn will let me connect directly, but most of the time it will display this screen. I don't advise you to approach people using this. You can with some because you may know them, but if you don't know them, I wouldn't advise approaching them in this way. If you want to, you can, and you can say, for example, that maybe we've done business together, and you can choose one of your companies or roles. There we go. But also the other advantage of doing it this way is that I can change the default message. So if there are people that I'm targeting, I can send them a personal message. I would like to connect with you. Excuse the intrusion, but I'd like to connect. And most of the time people will. So there are advantages to doing it this way by using this setup that LinkedIn has. The disadvantage is that it takes too much time, right? So if you're looking to quickly move forward to your 500 plus connections, doing it one by one, it's about a minute or 2 minutes per invitation. However, if you're really targeting, it's a good way of doing it. If you're really looking at people to connect with, and you're doing your research, and you'll say after a very specific group of people, let's say 20 within the financial industry, then this is a good way of doing it. But bearing in mind, it is slow. Now we can do that with any connections that you have. You can look at their connections and approach them from that point of view. Always a good idea, because look, there's a lot of them here shared as 463 already, but I'd estimate there's probably another 1,500 connections here with one of my main connections with whom I can connect. So there is a quicker way of doing this, and I'm going to move on to that now and show you how you can do this using the mobile app. And the mobile app is a quicker way of doing or obtaining new connections in the quickest, most efficient, time efficient way that you can. So I'm going to move over to that now.